Hey up everybody, it's time to finally start this Norwegian Singles Approach. Just going to get myself ready to go out now. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. It's still really dark here in the UK, so I'm just going to stick my lights on. That's not so I can see, that's just so that everybody else can see me. I don't want to get knocked over or somebody on a bike run into me. The run today is just 60 minutes, nice and easy, using heart rate as my metric, and nothing more to say about it really. Just got to make sure that I keep the ego in check, I keep nice and easy, and enjoy it. These are the ones that you should be looking forward to, your easy runs, because I don't get to wear my lungs on the outside. This is the run where I just get to look at the scenery, look around and just enjoy the run. I'll bring you along. I'll film whatever I can as soon as we start to get a bit of daylight. It should start getting light in about half an hour. So let's go for a run. I just turned the camera back on now. We've only got about 9 minutes left. It's stayed dark for ages today, but it's been a really nice run. We've got barely any wind, it's not rained, and it's just been a nice low intensity, just enjoying it. Here's the River Severn. We're only about, I don't know, about 10, 11 miles away from the source of the River Severn. It's a nice little run to go up there. So in the grand scheme of things, I've actually lowered intensity over the week. I've reduced impact load, but I've significantly increased the training time right on that sweet spot, just sub threshold. I've also increased my amount of time I'm doing easy runs. So if you like to think of it this way, my aerobic engine, that's going to get much more training now, because I'm doing much more training time on feet in that zone. And my anaerobic, my threshold, or second turn point, LT2, whatever you want to call it, that should also increase, because I'm doing a lot more training right on the sweet spot that's going to encourage that improvement. And I should be getting those improvements with less chance of injuries, less chance of impact damage, and more enjoyable runs, because I'm not having to thrash out severely hard sessions where I'm gasping for breath. A threshold session, a good way of describing it, is comfortably uncomfortable. You're working hard. There we go, just coming to the end of this one. Finish session. Yeah, comfortably uncomfortable. You're working hard, but it's not extreme. You're not gasping for breath. And like I mentioned yesterday, that's not everybody's cup of tea. For some people, running is that feeling of working hard, that feeling of of being out of breath, of being really pushed to your limits. That's what a lot of people's enjoyment is, and there's nothing wrong with that. Running's there for everybody to enjoy, and I'm not doing this in any way to try and influence what anybody else does. I'm showing you what I'm doing to improve myself, using a technique that I've looked into that will hopefully, if I get it right, I'll get the improvements with the significant reduced risk of actually getting injured. So that's that one. Right, I'm going to take these gloves off, get the other camera out, and we'll talk shoes. So that's the first run done. I won't call it a session, of the Norwegian Singles Approach. Really enjoyed that one, and we had good weather for a change. Hardly any wind, no rain, and just a nice enjoyable run. I couldn't use much of the camera because it's only just started getting light. But let's talk about shoes. So for today's run, I had my super bright Saucony Pro 2s on, and the reason why I dragged these out of storage was because my Saucony Pro 2s and my Saucony Speed 2s are pretty much the most comfortable things I've ever had on my feet. It's like wearing slippers. They are absolutely fantastically comfortable. So there we go. First one done. Everything's feeling good. No aches, no pains. It's going to be a lot of weeks before I start to notice any improvements or any difference in fitness. But for now, everything is going well. No tiredness. No aches or pains, just usual normal Monday morning feelings. So time to get home, time to get cleaned up, and time to get to work. So I'll see you tomorrow. Hello everybody, and welcome to Tuesday. On today's schedule, we've got 6 by 6 minutes at threshold, and they're all off 90 seconds recovery. But we're not going to be doing it. I've got a bit of a spanner in the works for today. So yesterday I did my 60 minutes easy, and then I went to work, and during work I had to do a repair which involved getting right down on my knees to get to the thing that needed repairing. I managed to hurt my knee. Not exactly sure of what it was, but it's varying from can't feel anything at all to it's making me walk a bit funny. So even though I could run today, it's not too painful to stop me running. I think it'd be foolish to try and aggravate something rather than just let it fix itself. So I'm not running today. I'm having a day off. I'm going to enjoy my time off. I'm going to catch up with some editing and some paperwork, and we'll see how it goes tomorrow for tomorrow's scheduled run, which should be a 60 minutes easy. But we'll see what happens. So for now, I'll see you. Hi everybody. Welcome to Wednesday. Today's scheduled run is 60 minutes easy. But before we start talking about that, let's just get the elephant in the room out of the way first. Because I didn't run yesterday because my knee felt sore. And having time to think about it, I think that's most likely from carrying rucksacks and suitcases and bags all across London for hours on end, going up and down staircases, and I've just managed to bruise something somewhere inside the knee. Yesterday I chose not to run. It was Monday night I started to feel there was something not right there, and on Tuesday I was going to go and do a threshold run that was on the schedule, but I just thought, what's the point? What if even though I could run, what if I go out and run and actually make whatever's bruised worse? So I erred on the side of caution I'm not saying anything for the usual YouTube jeopardy or clickbait reasons. I've just been sensible, and it'd be interesting to know if anybody else would have done the same. Let me know in the comments, because I know there's a lot of people just like me who running is very important to them, but they might have chose to just go out and try it and see how it felt, or have got a completely different viewpoint or approach to it that I haven't. And it'd be interesting to hear that, because everybody's different. On the big scheme of things, there is no right or wrong. Everybody's different. Everybody has different amounts of loads or effort that can actually put on the body without it starting to hurt and ache. But I'm 54, and I'm always going to err on the side of caution. And what I didn't want to do was go out, do a run, and make whatever's bruised even more bruised, resulting in more pain, or should I say pain that's worse, resulting in more time off. Could have been overkill, I don't know. I could have gone out yesterday, done my run, and just felt exactly the same today, but I didn't. That's my choice. But let me know if you'd have done the same, because stuff like this I'm really interested in. I am still being careful today. It is a scheduled 60 minutes easy, but I've also gone for my super max cushioned, most forgiving pair of shoes with a great big slab of Zoom X underneath them. Excuse me. I've got my Invincibles on. I'll show you them in a minute when I've just done a lap or two more. What we're on now. We've got another 10 minutes before I head back. But that's where we are. It's December the 24th, which means that tomorrow is a very, very special day. Yep, that's right. It's parkrun day. That's what the 25th of December is all about. Finding a parkrun, getting up really early in the morning, travelling miles and miles, and going for a run round somewhere. What more could you ask for? So I'll switch this camera off for now. I'll get another few minutes further into the run. Oh, it's telling me off with my heart rate now, because I'm talking. It's gone one beat over what I want it to be. Naughty me. Yeah, I'll put the camera back on. I'll do the usual camera thing with my shoes, and that'll be the end of today's run. So I'll see you in a minute. That's the run done. Just over 10 kilometres, all nice and easy, super low heart rate. Shoe time. As I said before, they're the Nike Invincible 2s. They are in the white colourway because I bought them from the Cheshire Oaks retail outlet, and the white colourway was massively reduced in price. So rather than pay absolute full stonking price for some nice pretty coloured ones, I paid, I think it was just over half price for some ones that looked dirty as soon as I took them out the box. So there we go, 60 minutes done. Felt really good. Tomorrow's parkrun. I'll see you at parkrun.